Oh, fire is ready from the sky. Yeah, I think that might be too high. Alright, that's decided. Key of D. Well, when I was writing the songs that are in the first act, I didn't know that they all had the similar theme of survival, but when I was putting the album together, I started seeing that pattern, and then I kind of grouped them together. Like Sphere is kind of, I wrote it during a time when I was kind of, I think, angry at the world and at myself, and it's kind of a cry to like everybody to get their acts together. And then Cold, I was imagining being chased by something that I was desperate to get away from, whether it's myself or like outside forces. And I think Second Skin just came about because kind of the same thing. Second Skin is kind of like what happens when you are overtaken by something that you don't want to be overtaken by. I will say, because we did start with another song that was kind of more classical, like singer-songwriter like ish. It was like acoustic guitar led, and then day 2 we did Sphere, and I remember like when you did that like reverse thing, something just like clicked for me, and I was like, okay. With Cold was, I did have ideas about what I wanted to sound like, because when I wrote it I had images of like kind of cold weather and like mountains and forests and stuff. And I think basically what I did was, because I just demoed everything on the guitar, and I was like, I knew I wanted it piano, kind of more based, and I just said I wanted to sound cold, and then that's when
we got there, yeah. Piano's very dark sounding. You use like ribbon mics and like stuff like that are all dark. And then when she sings on top of it, she has presence in her voice that also puts her like way in front sonically. And then there's this landscape behind her.
She'll overtake me soon. Up here, there's never a season for me.
And then the strings, there's moments where they do an arpeggio. That was her idea.
Yeah.
But to me, for some reason, it sounds like ducks in like frozen November with the sun setting, just in the distance, like honking and leaving, migrating. Like the last life is just like leaving.
You're my second skin. You walk around committing all my sins. You walk around calling fire. And Second Skin, I've written that song a long time ago, it's hard to remember. I'm trying to like, I don't know what was in my head from the moment I wrote the song. That's probably not what I envisioned from the moment I wrote the song, but probably from when I brought it into the studio, that's kind of what I wanted it to sound like. I wanted it to be a little, I hate this word, but edgier, like not so like pretty and like...
It has like a groove to it.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted like that groove and a little bit more just interesting sounding. And
Yeah,
I think
syncopation
we accomplished
rhythm.
that.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I think it's a unique song on, like, it's not a song that could be compared to really anything else on the album.
Yeah.
But it's still like, is connected to it, which I think is really
Yeah.
cool.
Throughout the process of making the album, I kind of realized these songs are like way more about me than anybody else. And that's kind of where like Cold and Second Skin come into play, because Sphere's like, everything sucks, like the world is a terrible place, we need to do better. And then Cold is a story of me being chased into the woods by this darkness, and it turns out that the darkness is myself. When I sing them and when I hear them, I'm thinking about my struggle with who I am.